Kazmaz. I'm here reviewing some of the math strategies that we've learned so far this year so that you can do some practice at home to keep yourself sharp and your brain working. So this time I want to show you the partial products multiplication strategy. Not everyone in our class has been using this strategy, so if this is not your preferred strategy, that's fine. You don't need to worry about it right now. Remember, we've talked about we learn more than one way to solve things so that we can choose a strategy that works best for us. All right, so for partial products, let's say I had 343 times 4. The first thing I'm going to do is line up my problem vertically. So I have 343 times 4, and then I'm going to draw that curtain. Next, we're going to write each number in expanded form. So 343 would be 300 plus 40 plus 3. And then 4 is just going to be 4. All right, when you start the multiplication, you always start from the top down so that you don't forget what's been multiplied and what still needs to multiply. And I always begin in the greatest place value. So I'm going to start with 300 times 4. So I'll write that outside my curtain. 300 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12, and then I'll tack on my 2 zeros. So 1, 2 zeros, and then 12. Really pay attention and make sure that the place values are lined up. This will be really important in a little bit. So 300 is multiplied with 4. It doesn't have any other numbers to multiply with, so I'm going to cross it off. 300's done. Now I'm going to move over. 40 times 4. I'll record that outside the house. I know 4 times 4 is 16, and then I'm going to tack on my 0. So 1, 0, and then 16. See how I'm lining up my place values? All right, 40 multiplied with 4, it doesn't have anyone else to multiply with, so all done. And then I'm going to go over here, 3 times 4. I'm always working top to bottom. 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12, so I'm going to put that inside the curtain, making sure I line up my ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. 3 multiplied with 4, it doesn't have anything else, so 3 is all done, which means everybody's all done. The last step is to add up your parts. So 2, 7, 3. So 343 times 4 is 1,372. Again, we can estimate to make sure our answers are reasonable. So find the place, look next door. Oh, that's 4 or less. We let it rest. So 343. We'll round to, I'll put it over here, 300, and 4 is one digit, so it stays the same. 3 times 4 is 12, tack on my 2 zeros, so my estimate is 1,200, which is pretty close to 1,372, so I could say that it's reasonable. All right, now I want to show you partial products multiplication with 2-digit by 2-digit. So it will look a little bit different. So let's say I had 35 times, 18. The first step is to line it up vertically, just like we did before. 35 times 18. And then draw your curtain. Then I'm going to write an expanded form. 30 plus 5, 10 plus 8. Notice how my number on the bottom has 2 digits, which is a little bit different than before. So I'm just going to be really careful that I'm multiplying always top to bottom so I don't accidentally repeat multiplying numbers or miss numbers. All right, and again, I like to start in the greatest place value. So 30 times 10 is my first matchup. 30 times 10. Well, I know 3 times 1 is 3, and there are 2 zeros to tack on. So 2 zeros, and then 3. So 30 just multiplied with 10, but 30 now has someone else to multiply with, 8. So my next step is 30 times 8. I'm working top to bottom. I know 3 times 8 is 24, and I'm going to tack on 1 0. So 1 0 there, 24. Notice how I'm lining up all my place values. This is really important. So 30 multiply with 10 and 30 multiply with 8, all done. I'm going to move over here to 5. 5 is going to multiply with 10. 5 times 10, that's 50. And now 5 needs to multiply with 8. 5 times 8 is 40. So 5 multiplied with 10, 5 multiplied with 8, all done, which means that 10's done and 8's done. My last step is to add up the parts. This is why lining up your place values is really important. So obviously 1's place is 0. We have 0 plus 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 4 more is 13. So put my 1's down here. Regroup. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. So my product is 630. And then if I wanted to go check my reasonableness, find the place, look next door. 5 or more, you raise the score. So 35 will become 40. Same thing over here. 5 or more, you raise the score. So 18 becomes 20. 4 times 2 is 8. Tack on my 2 zeros, 800. 800 is actually a good estimate. I know it seems like it's a lot more than 630, but it's still both in the same place value. They're both in the hundreds place. And it's not that far off. And I rounded both of these numbers up, so it would be expected that this estimate would be more than the product. Again, if you have any questions or need any help, you can always comment on this thread or send me an email, and I'm more than happy to help you out. Have fun. Bye.